Okay, here we go. Welcome, everybody. Um, I'm your host, Azulov, and if you hear the cracking of things in the background, that's just my youngest boy, Dean, chewing on an antler because he's a good boy. He's a good dog. Um, I'm gonna go over the schedule real quick because there's a little bit of a change in expectations for April, and then I'll introduce our players and we'll get started. So, schedule. We have In the Heart of Rage next on the 13th, so that's about 11 days. And then we have, and that's at 8 p.m. US East, always at 8 p.m. Then we have Blaze of Cruelty, this game, again on the 16th. That's at 5:30 p.m. US East. Then we have In the Heart of Rage again on the 27th of March, and that is at 8 p.m. US East. In April, we will not have games the weekend of the 20th. No Blaze of Cruelty that weekend. Okay.
Okay.
That's because we will not be home. We will be elsewhere. I will be on vacation. So, much deserved vacation. All right. With that said, let me go ahead and introduce our players for the evening. Let's start with Leather Jacket Bear. Go ahead, Leather Jacket Bear.
I am Leather Jacket Bear, aka Cyberpunk, aka Tony, and I play Gawain, the paladin of Roisa, goddess of art and war, and potentially the art of war. Um, and last session, he killed a lot of cultists, and he's very happy with himself.
Hmm.
That said, my dog just got into something. Speaking of dogs, so I will AFK for just a brief moment.
Or let's go with Raven. Go ahead, Raven.
Hey y'all, I'm Raven, playing James and Norris tonight. I haven't been there for a couple of sessions, and James has been sick, and hopefully he feels a little bit better today.
All right. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yo, I'm Daniel. I'm playing Dominic, the headstrong paladin, keeper together of the party's finances, and person who's currently running away.
All right. Let's go with Gabby.
I'm Gabby. I play Vera Casa, who is a barbarian military folk, half drow.
And last but not least, go ahead, Sin.
I'm Cynthia. I play Rianne. I'm the oldest character in the game. Probably the only adult supervision in the game, and having a damn good time.
Great.
No, Gawain's legally an adult.
He's of age.
Same with James.
Isn't James like in his 30s?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What?
Go ahead and move us to where most of the party is. So here we go. Here we go. You were here. Go ahead and switch the music to this. And as soon as that goes away, there we go. I will do this. Okay. The scene is yours.
Oh, where's Timmy? Is there someone dealing with Timmy?
I am up the stairs.
I definitely want to move closer to where our folks are, so I'm coming around towards Rianne.
Gawain makes a show of dramatically sheathing his sword and then goes to check on Timmy. Is he up the stairs or just at the stairs?
Booking it.
Okay, so guess he sees Timmy run off.
Oh, that's problematic.
He calls out, Timothy just fled. I don't think he's okay.
Probably not.
And then Gawain pets Mayhem.
I don't think now's the time. And Vera's gonna like move forward and just kind of like glance down this hallway.
Mayhem? Go fetch Timmy. He fell down a well.
And Mayhem's gonna go and run towards the stairs and then goes up the stairs chasing after Timmy.
Okay. We need to search this area. I'm pretty sure the ghoul wants us to go with him to track down things, but I'm not sure we are equipped to do so at this point in time. What is the ghoul doing?
It's kind of just standing there at the moment. Not doing anything out of what it has done before. But it is just sort of standing there.
I wish we could talk to it.
By the way, there are 2 reliefs here, and this is a statue.
Okay, Gawain is going to history check on the relief and the statue in turn. Pop out my character sheet here.
Okay.
So these are checks I'm at least proficient in, I think.
Can I help?
Sure.
History or religion.
Let's see here. Well, this doesn't really need much of a check unless you can read it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in your journal. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. It is this one.
That's under lore.
Yep. Just give me a second. Here you go. I will do that with the first one, just because I'm assuming you're going to go and take a look at that one too. And then the last thing is this.
Well, Gawain cannot read.
Okay.
Or at least he can't read that.
It's just words. There's no image with it, other than the 2 cities on either side and one being rebuilt. So if you can read, so the description gives you what it looks like from an artistic standpoint, and then the words below are what the words are.
Would it be a history check or a religion check on the statue?
The statue would be a religion check.
Okay. Luckily, I'm proficient.
Mm-hmm.
I think I should get advantage because I'm a paladin. Because I only got a 13.
13. So this statue is Amutu. Amutu is the goddess of peace. She is known as Hadasul's wife. She is the father of Nehemoth Nezenza, or she's the mother of Nehemoth. No, that's a man. Amutu is a man, son of Hadasul, father of Nehemoth Nezenza, and Ehoel, which is the Lightbringer and the Darkbringer. So the primary dark god and the primary light god's father. This is a statue of them.
So I take it there's symbolism to why the cultists chose this place then.
Yeah.
What would I roll to have Gawain piece that together? It's too long between sessions for my ADHD to piece it together myself.
So religion would be...
Okay, roll another religion check.
Yeah.
Okay. Nine.
I mean, this is the Big Daddy Dark God's parent. One of them. That would be the only thing that connects, in your opinion, to the cult here. So these cultists here were probably worshipping the greater dark god pantheon in some fashion, and you haven't seen any iconography that points towards a particular god. So it might just be, sort of a chaos undivided kind of thing. And Amuda would fall under that, and so would Musi and Hadasul, because they are parental figures to their chosen deities, right?
Okay, so Gawain relays that to the party.
But according to the legends, these same parents would be the ones who would have punished them and put them into the hells.
Okay, so Gawain relays this to the party and looks lost in thought and says, I've got to be missing something.
The red circle is a summoning circle. What is this over here?
Similarly, it is some kind of ritualistic circle. It is not glowing, though.
Religion check on the circles?
This is more of an arcana thing.
Okay, I'm not trained in that, but...
I am.
Okay.
And it suddenly made me remember from last session I was going to try to destroy it. So
Yes.
It also kind of feels like that might be good for me to roll too.
I turned the light off for it, so you destroyed it.
Okay.
Okay, so straight arcana?
Yep.
Really?
Hey.
So this one is more of a communication circle.
Don't love that.
Obviously that needs destroyed too. And this whole area needs searched. Then we need to go chase after Timmy. And where'd the ghoul go?
I'm going to roll perception to see if I see where the ghoul went.
You can see him.
Oh, okay.
He's right here.
Oh, okay, I see him. He was just off my screen. I'm zoomed in.
Does the second circle seem to be the same style where I forget what I did the last time?
You cut through it with your sword,
Right.
sword.
Where like that might work. Or does it look different at all?
It looks like you could do that. The candles are also arrayed in a circle there. sort of acting as part of the spellcraft here. You could knock the candles over and essentially like cut. That'd be like hanging up the phone. The phone would still work if they put candles around it and lit them. Removing the skull would do the same thing. It would just, hang up the phone. They'd have to find another creature whose skull matches that to do the thing. Speaking of the skull, examining it, you do find that it is a demon's skull, and that it is very interesting that it is maintaining form here rather than disintegrating.
That's not for long. I hit it with my axe.
Okay, make a attack roll. I need to see if you break its AC so you can do damage to it.
Do I do damage?
You do hit it, dealing whatever damage you roll here. Uh, 11 points of damage is enough to shatter the skull, breaking it into a lot of tiny pieces. This,
Good.
there's a slight wind that comes with that, and it's snuffing out all of the light in the room.
Fair enough.
So
We
there
need
is
to search
still
this area.
an ominous glow happening.
From where?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just pervasive in the room.
Okay. Oh, look, they have an unholy skylight.
Gawain announces
Alright.
his intent to, I'm going after Timothy and Mayhem.
I need to search this room, and then Vera, shall we follow them?
Cousin, I think we're tapped.
I know, but we need to search this room first and see if there's anything that will give us any further clues to what in the ancestor's name is going on.
I think a clue would be beneficial.
Yes. So, perception checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. So around the room here, other than the summoning circle and the...
Did I get a natural 20?
Yeah, you did.
Cool.
And the sacrificial circle. It looks like this was a camp. The cult was camping out here and hanging out here. So these crates up here and these barrels are probably full of supplies. You could probably open them up and see what's in there. But aside from the dead bodies littering the floor, I don't have tokens on the ground there, but there are tons of dead bodies here, some of them smoking. And the weapons and such that they have, which most of them are crap, either rusted or scrap. There's nothing worth salvaging other than perhaps whatever supplies they had.
I don't feel like carrying their supplies, but anything we can do to hurt them is good. So, bunch them all up in a corner and set them on fire.
Okay.
And just because I don't like the idea of the ominous light being what's allowing us to see, I'm going to cast Dancing Lights because I need something besides ominous glow.
Sure.
Thank you. That's a cantrip, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Great.
Well done, cousin. Well done.
Okay. You set the barrels on fire. One of them explodes
Hell yeah, it does.
because it was full of powerful alcohol.
We already had,
Good.
fun with fulmination potions.
All right. You two are gonna
Alright.
retreat from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna go see what's
Real-
up with Mr. Timothy.
Real
Oh,
quick,
there's the
just because
goal.
I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. You said there was a relief. Did we look at that relief?
There are two of them.
2 of them
Yes.
are they're in the journals. You said.
They're in the journals. Yes.
Okay, which
Relief 1, Vaults of Sorath, and Relief 2, Vaults of Sorath.
okay, so I cannot read that.
I can't read it either.
Okay.
I can't read either one of these.
You can take a rubbing.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's a good idea, because then we might be able to show James.
Show it to Piper.
Yeah, that too.
Go to Piper and James.
Rihanna's going to go up to the ghoul and say, I'm sorry we have to leave you now, but we will come back and help you finish clearing out these things. Do not endanger yourself any further.
It just
You
looks.
have a duty you're required to do.
It just looks at you emptily.
Well, that's what I tell it.
Okay.
We leave, and I say, I think it likes you.
We all know Nibbles understands.
All right. You retreat into the Undercity. Let's just handle that with narrative time. Gawain, you catch up with our good friend Dominic as he's leaving the space. You catch up with him on the stairs up to the Undercity.
Gawain, trying his best to be comforting, reaches out and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, Timothy, are you all right?
Timothy's gonna kind of, jerk away and continue to be marching up the stairs, although no longer actively like running, but just quickly walking. And to be kind of very curt. I'm fine. I need to get out of here.
Moment, sorry. Gawain just nods and keeps pace with him, knowing better than to try and push the issue.
And unless someone tries to stop him, he's going to march all the way back to their rooms.
Okay, so Gawain does say, maybe we should wait here for the others.
They can handle it.
Shit. I know it shows all my stuff is back, but we don't have spells right now, do we?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Completely tapped out.
Yeah. So I can't, cast anything to remove his fear.
No, but he could do another fear check because he's got a bonus if he's got Mayhem with him.
Yes, Mayhem is loping behind you. So you could make another sanity saving throw if you'd like, Dominic. This is something that has to do with your past, more or less. So if you wish to try to resist what's going on with yourself, you may, but you don't have to.
I think he's actually just going to give in to it right now.
Okay.
Gawain looks down the steps and says, and what if they can't, Timothy? What if us retreating now costs them their lives?
Ooh. Okay, that will cause him to have a little hitch in his step. And I'll roll a sanity check here.
Okay, you do so at advantage because Mayhem.
The best boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot you have a -2. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's a little bit above average, so you're probably still afraid, but you're far enough away from the fire that you know it's not going to hurt you.
So he'll stop and he'll hesitate for a little bit, and then he'll turn to Gawain. You should go back and help them. Then I can't. And he'll keep going forward.
Fair enough. We'll meet you back at the boarding house.
Dominic will nod.
And Gawain goes back down to the others.
Okay, you meet them at the bottom of the stairs as they are leaving as well.
He's incredibly rattled right now.
Yeah, fire isn't his friend. We need to tell you about that.
Ah,
He probably shouldn't be alone.
No, we shouldn't. We need to chase after him.
yes, we should
And
catch
then we're
up
going
with
to
him.
go talk to the alchemist.
After about 20 minutes, you guys get out of the Undercity and arrive on the surface.
Is there any chance that we could have sprinted and caught up with Timothy?
Yeah, you'll reach him as you guys are leaving the Undercity, and you will begin heading as a group through the graveyard towards town.
Any sign of Piper or the girl?
Nope, not right now. Do you want to stop by the alchemist
Hopefully
first?
they made it out.
Or do you want to go to the boarding house first?
We need to check on Piper first, then go to the alchemist.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, let me go ahead and put that scene together.
Shoot, one of my other dog is getting into something. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. They have the best timing.
Of course
Mayhem
they do.
gets up to some mayhem. That's fine.
And speaking of mayhem, here's the good boy. Alright. Scene's yours.
Ah,
Timothy, how are you doing after the walk back?
He has been just very, very aggressively walking forward, at a pace like he knows that you guys are there. He looks better now that he's out in the open.
Vera's going to gently, because not to startle, but put her hand on your shoulder and say, "Let me buy you a drink."
He'll flinch for a second, and then he'll nod.
I'm going the wrong way. Am I going the wrong way?
No, you're going the right way.
no.
Okay. Map is. Yeah, okay.
Around on me as well. This is more money than I've ever had in my life, and it doesn't do to be miserly.
No, it does not.
So help me God, if we round the corner and
Come
find
on,
another
Mayhem.
dead body.
We'll just have to make more heads roll if that's
Come
the
on.
case.
Guards, normal guards.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll probably tell people later. We deserve a moment
I'm-
first to regroup.
Actually, I'm more concerned about Piper and the girl.
Yeah. Make sure who we think made it back.
Wayne just with no irony in his voice.
I cannot get through this door.
Because one of them's closed. Somebody only opened one.
It's fine. It's fine. Doors.
Gawain, with no irony in his voice, says, "If such a thing were to happen, we'd just kill more cultists until there weren't any left."
Piper exclaims at Mayhem upon seeing him. Oh, Mayhem, good. This means everybody else is fine. Hi, buddy. And she pats him.
It's good to see you safe, Piper.
She nods. Sigrid is over there. And points to Sigrid.
Which one's Sigrid?
The one I just pinged.
That's
I think-
Sigrid. Okay.
Everybody in this bar probably deserves a drink. Vera's gonna look at Gawain and say, save that hard-earned coin. I don't know if he's back yet, but I'm gonna do the round.
Okay.
You see more money than you think anybody should be carrying around.
Fair enough.
And just let me know how much I owe.
Sure. Yeah, you will. Oh, if you're buying, are you buying for the whole tavern?
Based on who's here, sure, because everybody's been through crap, right? Like,
Yeah, everybody's been through some kind of crap.
I feel
Who-
like Sigrid needs 2 drinks.
yeah.
Yes.
And then who are these people over here?
This is Amelia Masters. She is the composer whose fiddle
Yeah.
is missing. And this
Right.
is Mary DeGray. She is a what's the word I'm looking for? Procurer of goods. So she's basically a warehouse operator. And this is a guy who no one has been introduced yet, but he's been here the whole time.
All right, well, you know what? Everybody's been through something.
Mhm.
Sure, we'll
Yeah.
buy drinks for the whole tavern, just one
Okay.
round.
That'll do 20 silver.
Yeah, that's nothing.
And you know, Virkasa, this would be an excellent chance for you to go talk to him.
I
Especially
will.
since you just bought him a drink.
Yeah. How much did you say? I forgot already.
It was 20 silver.
20.
All right. Thank you. Updated, and yeah, I'll go make sure first all of my friends and Piper and Sigrid are good, and then I'll carry the other 3 over to the other folks and just say, we had a crap day, so here you go.
The dogs want in. I will be right back.
While Virkasa's doing that, Rianne is going to check on Sigrid and see how she's doing. If she settled down any?
She seems to have settled down, yes.
Yeah. Corner spot. Good place to sit. Good view of the door, too. Piper.
Yeah.
We need rubbings of these for you.
Oh, okay.
And pass over the rubbings.
I can't
Can
read
you
that.
read them?
But it is an older
Okay.
form of Kruik, related to. I think this is the royal family's. This is like our legal language, the royal family's language. So I can't read this, but a arbitrator or someone like that could. There aren't. I'm not sure if there's anyone in the city who fits that bill. There should be somebody, but you know, unless there's somebody in the immediate vicinity that can read it, I can't help with this, unfortunately.
That's fine. I'm sure we also took rubbings of the reliefs to give her.
Yeah, she looks those over and seems. Oh, this is referencing the Fordeath Sorath War, based on the imagery. So it probably is a commemorative relief about that.
Okay.
You could always go see how James is feeling. He might be able to read it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. He might.
Only if
Alright.
he's feeling up to it.
Question.
Yes.
Lay on hands cures disease, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Gawain sort of comically face palms. Once I've rested and I can lay on hands again, I can cure whatever James has.
That sounds like a lovely idea.
I just wish I'd have thought of it before we left.
That would have been helpful, yes. But the past is the past and we can't change it. However, I'm going to go lay down because I got hurt and I need a rest. Please don't try and get killed. Because Rianne literally is at half health.
Gawain is
Good time to rest
surprisingly
up.
at full health. Gawain eats a light meal and then retires to bed himself after,
Okay. You realize it's like 10 in the morning.
well, he needs to long rest to get his spells back.
Yeah, you can't long rest right now, but you can.
Oh,
You can accept that you're not going to do anything else for the rest of the day, which will allow us to move the clock forward more fluidly. You'll be able to do downtime activity for the day, and then you could long rest, and we would move the clock forward to the next day.
okay. Thank you, Zoloth. I am somewhat inexperienced with 5e.
It's okay. This is just more of a common sense sort of thing where, if you're going to long rest, you can only really do that once in a 24-hour period, and then short rests, you can do a few more of those in a 24-hour period. That way you're not, I fight a bunch of guys, and then we take a nap for 8 hours, and then we fight a bunch of guys and take a nap for 8 hours, and it's only been 18 hours today, So
That's fair.
yeah, that's just to be sensible about how much time things actually does take. I think it might also be in the player's handbook or in the Dungeon Master's Guide, one or the other, that it's a guideline. I've thought about this guideline a lot because on the one hand, I kind of want to do the longer term adventuring where you can only long rest once a week and you can short rest once a day. I opted not to do that for now because we're kind of, easing into Valgast a little bit rather than fully diving in,
Yeah.
So you can take a short rest right now if you would like, or we can get, we figure out what everybody else wants to do, and if that winds up being long rest as well, we can do downtime, long rest, move the clock forward to the next day.
I'd be down for that.
Well, Rianne's going to do a short rest if nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah. Gawain isn't missing any health, so he'll just have a meal and check in on James, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, do I just hit roll for this? I'm not familiar with this new thing.
Okay, so in the new sheet, you should have the little fork and knife icon.
Yes.
Okay, so when you click that, you just click roll.
And that's opened.
Yep. And it'll roll you hit dice. You can roll that as much as you need, so long as you have hit dice. So you got 4 potential rolls left. Oh, that's pretty good. 20 hit points
And
back.
it's got me up to 44. I'll just stay on that.
Pretty good nap.
Okay, so yeah, can nap. After there's been a rest and some food, Rianne is going to head out to the alchemists.
Okay. We'll see what everybody else is doing for the next hour, and then we'll go do that.
Gawain's mostly puttering around in his sketchbook that he has been puttering around in.
Sure.
And after she sees the alchemist, Gawain will go price check a featherlight enchantment for his armor.
Okay.
Well, he can go with Rianne for that.
Oh, that's fair. He'll go with Rianne.
Dominic, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Dominic is going to be testing out his Constitution modifier.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Get crunk.
You guys have completed the Find the Lost Patrol quest. Because you rescued that guy. If you don't recall.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just the one guy. Found the patrol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at least we know what happened to him now.
Yeah, there's that.
He did tell you that the whole patrol got ambushed and pretty much everybody got killed. So,
yes.
let's see here. What am I looking for? Dominic. Downtime. What happened to your downtime tab? Why is it gone? Hold on.
I don't know.
Crashes is on. So, let me see. Hold on. It might be because Crash recently updated things. Yeah, it's all in your. It's all in the default. So if you want to, what did you want to do? You wanted to physically train your Constitution modifier, or Constitution stat. So
If by physically train you mean with liquor, then yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can drink instead. You can carouse if you want, or you can train your Constitution. It's one or the other.
Can I train my poison skill with liquor?
I'll say sure. Yeah, you can train yourself a little bit with that. So that would be, to do that, you go into your just go ahead and roll a Constitution check. We'll add whatever flat value that is to your score here. This is an interesting way of going about this. Yikes. Okay. So
Not doing well.
you're not doing too hot today, pal. After being in that room with all that fire, you're drinking to feel better about yourself, but you're barely drinking because you don't feel great about yourself. You don't feel good enough to actually get drunk. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your beer's getting warm, you're just staring at it, and it's just ineffective completely. Sorry to say, pal.
And I would roll
How are
a
you doing on Piper's? Oh, sorry.
I would roll a dexterity check to train my art, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And feel free to move your sheet back to the legacy sheet now, Daniel.
That's a 9.
Okay. Did you roll it from the downtime tab, or did you just roll it?
Oh, I just rolled a dexterity check.
Okay, that's fine. I just need to know if I need to manually update it or not. Okay.
Gawain fails horribly trying to draw mayhem mauling a cultist.
It just looks like a stick dog just biting a stick guy. And you've got like shouting lines coming out of the cultist, and you're like, this is a start.
It'd genuinely be useful for posing for actual art.
Right. Let's see here. Stevens, Alchemical Wonders. Just checking to see what he's got
Before we
available.
continue, have we finished? What have we finished of the curio collectors?
So for the Curios Collector's Quest, you have finished one of the 3 crypts, and you finished the Undercity specifically. So there are still 2 crypts yet left, and I gotta fix the XP reward right now. Yeah, that sounds about right. So 2 more crypts and you complete it, and you will, complete it. Like you've scouted the whole room and you've acquired all the lore there. Will get you the full rewards for it, which is a fuckload of experience points and cash money. The rest of the money that she would owe you.
Okay.
So, what was I thinking? Oh, right.
Kieran's.
Kevins. Right. I'm gonna see who actually has the fulmination potions.
Gawain has, I think, 1 left.
Right, but I'm looking to see which shop has them.
Oh, I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think it's Kevins. He just...
I may be stupid.
I may be non-specific, so it's not your fault. I'm just gonna put...
I would expect Keevan to have it, but
You might have bought them from the general store.
Ripley's?
Yeah. Because I gotta see... He would have something else. He's out of the torches. You sold him a bunch of gems. Nope, he doesn't have them in there either. So... You got them somewhere. This is what happens when I don't actually write down the list. I just stock stuff and then you buy out the thing and then it's just gone. So hold on, let me just stock some of these. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alchemist fires are worse, but they cost more. So I'm just gonna get rid of them. There we go. Okay. Vera, did you want to do any training while they're out?
I was talking to these people.
Oh, that's right, you were. Okay. What do you want to talk to them about?
Well, so the other 2 I've already spoken to. Don't really have an update, just drinks for the unfortunate situations. To the guy, I'm gonna sit down, hand him his drink, and say, "What's your story?"
Okay, so he says, I'm Cassius, and my story is collecting stories. I've been to many a place in Cruelty, and everywhere I've gone, I've collected a story or 2. And that's...
Do you have any stories that would help solve what's going on in this town?
Well, it really depends on what's going on in this town.
As a story collector, wouldn't you know?
I would think I would know, but I would like to be more specific about what you think is going on in this town that you're looking to be solved. Because, for example, if your problem that you're looking to be solved is you can't sleep at night, well, many people in town think Sarah Somna is the answer to that question.
Interesting. Well, I haven't really had much chance to look into a couple things, but have you happened to see a Skaldi around?
That's Skaldi. Big fellow. Sorvak, his name is, I believe.
Yeah, he took a mission, and she kind of nods to the other table and has gone missing. I'm a little worried.
He was last seen heading northeast towards the wilderness, presumably tracking down the trail as he asked all of us very pointedly and in very broken Kruik what happened to the nice lady's music thingy. And after we told him what we knew about what happened to the music thingy, he went off in that direction to pursue whatever thieves took it.
It's about as much as I knew already. Unfortunately.
Well, if you'd like a
It's
little
not
bit more background about Sorvak, I can give you that if you'd like. But I would have to hear a story in turn.
Well, would you be interested in why I care so much?
I would.
Sure. I feel a little responsible, and she will tell the story of the mission that helped get the Skaldi into the Corinthian military. And for those who are fairly new, I'm using this as definitely an ad for the Ferocity of the Skaldi, available on YouTube. It's one of our 3 shots that Vera first showed up in. But she'll kind of explain that we've come so far and also not far at all. There's a lot of prejudice.
He nods. He says, well, Sorvak is from the Shadowclaw Confederacy. He comes from the Weeping Mire, whereabouts your story seems to have taken place. Perhaps he was from that tribe that you engaged in diplomatic activity with.
Oh yeah, she's definitely gonna head desk that. Is any chance I can do like a history check to see if like the name sounds familiar, or the
Sure.
like, now that I have made that connection, if like I need to feel more responsible?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What is
Okay.
going on in the background? I hear a lot of stuff coming out of somebody's mic.
History?
Yes, history. Oh,
Ooh.
my.
Oh dear.
So you remember this slightly smaller copper Skaldi, who like was wielding a long spear and had sort of the same like spike and like horn array that Sorvak has? And you think that's got to be him. He grew up between now and then.
And it's all coming back.
And it's
Okay.
it's Skaldi grow up fast. It's only a handful of years it takes for them to mature. So he must have been just before maturing age when that happened. Because now he's big and colorful,
Yeah, I'm remembering him now. I think you're right, Cassius. That doesn't make me feel any better. Do you want another round?
I'd love another round, and I'm not in the business of making people feel better.
No? Then why do you collect stories?
Oh, that's just a me thing. I enjoy it.
So you do it for selfish reasons, not to let people unload their problems?
No, it's what we call a win-win. They unload their problems, and I collect their story.
Well, in some cases that could be considered helping people.
Oh, I'm not doing it on purpose. Not helping them with the intention.
You're an interesting person. I'm gonna buy another round.
Okay.
While I do that, I'm gonna also check on Sigrid.
Okay.
Gawain's just gonna sort of reach over and pat Tim on the shoulder with one massive hand.
Gawain's got that big drow energy, Tim.
Yeah.
And he's trying to give you also brotherly energy too. Like, both of you are paladins. We're in this together, it seems. That's what Dungeon Master's getting out of this.
He thinks much more highly of Dominic after Dominic saved his life a couple sessions ago.
There are a lot more people in this pub than I remember. Who are these other folks?
Okay, so these are the 2 entertainers. This one's the one that's very crass.
Yes.
The one with he's got the tattoos of naked ladies on his arms and stuff. And this one's Bell, and he is a juggler. He juggles swords.
He doesn't juggle bells?
No, and this is the painter.
Okay. When I come back to Cassius, I'm going to ask if he knows any of their stories.
Sure, yeah. He says, "Oh, of course I know other stories."
Anything else that might help me find my missing Skaldi?
Oh no.
Or missing violin?
No, not really. Other than what you already know, no, there's nothing.
Yeah. Now, enjoy this one in friendship, and we'll just kind of casually chat about the weather as you do.
Sure, yeah. Okay. Anyone want to do anything else before Gawain and Rianne go on their little shopping trip?
I'll go along with them.
Okay. Then that will be 3 of you heading off on the shopping trip. So, you know where to find the shops. They are in. Oh, that's Valgast as a whole. Oopsie. That was a misclick, everybody. Misclick.
Maybe those songs in the Gulf wouldn't be lost if they found them.
Yeah, you know. Here we go. Here's Sorath. You guys know where to find the shops. They're in your journal, under places, under Sorath. You wanted to go to Keevan's.
By the way.
Rianne. Yeah.
Point of order, I did talk to that guy and completely blew my story roll.
He what?
Oh my god, you did. She spoke to Cassius, and the problem was that she rolled really poorly on performance, that she got no info out of it.
Oh, that's right.
Basically gave him a report.
See, it's because I made it a ferocity of the Skaldi ad. He didn't have the roll performance.
You did buy him a drink too.
I did.
Yes, but I completely blew that roll.
You did.
So, yes, somebody did talk to him. So there. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for setting me straight.
Okay, so we're going to the alchemic wonders and
The
buying
rune
all the-
smithy has potions of fulmination.
Oh, that's where they're supposed to be. Okay.
Yes. Well, I'm grabbing the ones from there.
Okay.
And we will go to the rune smithy and buy. Let's see, you wanted featherweight armor, didn't you?
Yeah. Gawain can afford both a basic featherlight and a +1 on his sword.
You already have enchantment on your sword?
Oh, does that make it cost extra? Or can you only do one?
Let me see. No, I'm not sure which.
Just a
enchantment you
radiant
have.
enchantment.
Okay, let me make sure, because it'll be in the details. No, you do have a +1 already.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize I already had the +1.
Yeah, I didn't put the +1 in the
Brienne bought
damage,
it for you.
but I did put it in the attack roll bonus because I'm an idiot. And I didn't finish apparently
No, you're
fixing.
not.
It should also be magical. Why is that not checked? God, this thing was broken the whole time.
I think mine reset as well. I was trying to look on my sheet for it.
Yours reset too?
I think so.
Let me look. Radiant
Let me-
Strange Saber. Let's see here. Yours is. Yeah, yours is still magical, but it doesn't have +1 attack or +1 damage. I think you just got the radiant bonus on that. And you didn't get the. I don't think you bought the +1 enchantment.
I'll go ahead and buy that here while I'm here then.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How do
basic
you
featherlight.
sell again?
How do you what?
Isn't there there's like a sell section I remember somewhere in a window?
Yeah, you could just drop it into their shop,
Ah,
and you'll sell something. Yeah, if you want a basic featherlight, what do you want it on?
The chainmail.
Chainmail, okay. So that is. So go ahead and buy one of those.
Okay. Trying to.
Oh my god,
There it is. Okay. Purchase that.
Dominic's giving me all this stuff.
Okay. It is purchased.
Okay, so hold on to that for a moment. And then I will offer this much cash for these objects.
sorry, didn't think it threw a pop-up.
Well, that's okay. It just pops up in the chat for me. And then you just have to accept them.
In the chat.
In the chat, yeah. And then with that basic featherlight, it changes your chainmail's weight to... I think that's 25% off, right? So 41.25 pounds.
Yeah, rounded to the nearest tenth of a pound.
So 41.2.
Now I can carry a ranged weapon of some sort.
Yeah, that gave you back like 13 pounds, which is nice. Yeah. So, let's see here.
It's the problem with heavy armor is that it's heavy.
Yep. Yeah, that is the problem with heavy armor. Featherlight chainmail. It's definitely not featherlight, but it is. It weighs less.
He doesn't do armor
lightweight,
right? Like I can't get a +1 on the chainmail.
Yeah, he doesn't have the spellcraft abilities for that. What you see is what you get in his shop.
Okay.
Yeah, so he can't do that.
Rianne would also like to get +1 on. Actually, no, not +1. Radiant on both of her hand axes.
Okay, yeah, you can.
We're fighting the undead. That would be useful.
Do you want a basic or intermediate or advanced imbuement?
Intermediate is more money than I have, so basic.
Okay.
How much does a heavy crossbow weigh? I can't tell.
Are you looking at it in a particular shop?
Pawn and bundle.
Okay, hold on. Just give me a minute to finish with Rianne. Go ahead and buy those imbuements from the shop so we can deduct your money, and then I'll do your thing with your hand axes.
Okay.
This takes a couple of hours. Radiant hand axe. Okay. And if you want light, you can just say, "Hey, my weapons are radiant or flame enchanted," right? You can make them glow. It gives off like 10 or so feet, depending on what level of imbuement you have, but you can make them glow.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's radiant, so.
Yeah, that would be like just regular white light. So, there we go. So you have 2 radiant hand axes.
Excellent. Well, I've been throwing them around, so it seems like it would be useful.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how much does a heavy crossbow weigh, you said?
Yeah.
So heavy crossbow weighs 18 pounds.
Okay, that's probably a little too heavy then.
Yeah. What else does Pawn and Bundle have for you?
Nothing else really. I was just looking for ranged weaponry.
You could try talking to somebody at Eagles Blades or the general store.
Eagle's Blades just has hammers, it looks like. Club, Great Club, Light Hammer, Mace, Maul, Morningstar.
You can ask the shopkeepers if they have any means to get stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gawain will walk up to the proprietor of Eagle's Blades and say, "Hello. Would you happen to have any way to get a hold of a light crossbow?"
Well, we don't normally do any sort of crossbow making here, but we could. Could take a couple days to do that. Are you looking for a custom crossbow?
Custom is probably beyond my price range at this particular point. Just something basic.
Well, if you're looking for, like, mass-produced crossbow, you can go to Ripley's and order one.
No. Thank you for pointing me in the right direction, then.
Yeah, but if you want something... We do, crushing weapons, because, the graveyard. And we also do custom orders for armor and weapons. And that's it. We also do tools, but that's sort of, I don't think you're here for tools, as he gestures at all of you. He says, I think you're mercenary weapons types of people. So,
How much would a custom piece cost for future reference?
Oh, let's see. If you're looking to have a good custom crossbow, probably like 70 Rits.
Oh, I thought it would cost more. He puts 80 Rits on the counter and says 10 extra for your trouble.
Oh, you want to place? Okay. Well, let me take some measurements because I want to make it fit your hands. Are you looking for a more heavy variant? Or are you looking for something light? What are you thinking?
Light crossbow, so it doesn't encumber me with my armor.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll let me take some measurements for you so it'll fit you, and we'll get to you in 2 days. So he goes ahead and takes measurements of your arms and your back. He says, now you'll have to source the bolts from the general store, but that's easy enough. You can get that from them. 2 days and it'll be ready. All right.
Fair enough, thank you.
All right. And I will deduct the 70 Rits from your sheet.
Do I get to name it?
I mean, if you want to. No one will stop you.
It's got to be something dramatic. He's a warrior priest of Roysa.
So definitely not the Sprongler.
Not the Sprongler, but maybe something try-hard like the Foe Piercer.
Okay.
I know exactly where you got that from.
I bequeath that Timmy only call it the Sprongler.
Okay.
You have a hard time calling it faux hammer.
Oh, hammer is the sword, but just no one knows it yet.
Right?
I might be a Tolkien junkie, don't judge me.
Keeping it classy.
So we're gonna stop by the general store.
Yep, I'm gonna stop and pick up some bolts at the general store.
Dominic's gonna break away for a little bit.
It is a...
Are you sure you want to be alone?
Yep. I'll catch up.
Okay, so Gawain is going to buy a crossbow bolt case
Okay.
and the crossbow bolts to go with it.
All right.
Don't see bolts, just the case. It was just the individual case.
Let me see here.
It actually scrolled way down.
I swear I saw bolts.
They're in the consumable section.
Oh, there they are. I saw arrows, but I kept scrolling past the bolts with my mouse wheel. Okay, so buying one is a group of 20.
Yep.
Okay, so he'll buy 3, and he'll just leave 2 bundles in his room, I suppose.
Sure.
Or just in his pack.
I want to make sure this shit is showing up in your inventories. It is not. Hold on. Is it showing up in your...
Oh dear.
Is it showing up in your legacy sheet? It is
Change
not.
that.
Okay.
Oof.
So... That's good to know. That doesn't work anymore. Okay. So let me go ahead and just drag and drop your items into your...
It's still better than Roll20.
Yeah, it's... This is all because they fucking decided to just totally break the way the system works.
Yeah.
Let me see. Did it show up actually in your backpack? No. You can put stuff in your backpacks, by the way. It works now. So...
Cool.
Let's see. You got a chalk, you got 5 rations, and... that's fine. Dominic, please.
And every potion of fulmination I could.
Those showed up. You have 4 now. So, those showed up.
I bought 8.
You bought 8.
I bought 8.
There were... Oh, you bought 8. Okay, so you should have 8. Alright, so that's fixed.
And one wrong move and you're a walking fireball.
Yeah. Hey, Dominic, make sure that those treasure items you sold left your inventory.
Yep, they left.
Okay. So, case. Case. Okay. Put that in your inventory, Gawain. And we put the bolts. You bought 3 sets of those. So, where did they fucking go? So it's 60 of them. And rations for Rianne. Yep, rations for Rianne. Okay, so let me grab those. Okay.
You know, it might be a good idea to buy some rations too, actually.
There is... You guys still have a party inventory. It's under the utility folder. You guys should have access to it.
Utility.
Blaze of Cruelty, utility, Blaze of Cruelty again. And that should have all of the stuff that you've got just lurking in that, you know, in your collective treasure there.
It's not under journals, is it? It's
Doesn't
under.
show any.
It's in your, it's in the Actors tab.
Nope.
You can't see it?
Mm-mm.
It's a blaze of. I can see it.
Oh wait, hold on. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so when you open that up, it should give you, like, access to the inventory there.
Every time I see Dominic's name, I smile. It's just a fun to say name.
Dominic.
Dominic Ludovicius Menopause III.
Right? Pretentious much?
Right? It's fun though.
I'd like to go to the meeting well.
Okay.
Crew is dead, I believe, and I'd like to know who's in charge of the Red Razors now.
An excellent question.
Do you want Gawain to go with you as your muscle just in case?
No, I think Dominic's gonna try to sneak off over there.
All right.
Okay. You go to the meeting well. How long are you willing to wait?
I'm willing to wait the entire day.
Okay. Rihanna and Gawain, what are you guys up to? Well, heading back to the inn?
We loaded up on all this stuff. Yeah.
Okay. You head back to the
Sounds
inn.
like
We
a
need
plan.
to figure out.
You need to figure out what?
We need to figure out what our next moves are, and I'm going to give a couple of potions of fulmination to Vera because she missed it on the grenade fun.
Okay. You should be able to use the
And-
trade function in the bottom left.
Okay. And bottom left of what?
So, you know where all of us are in here and we can all see each other's pings? The very bottom of that, there should be a button that says request trade.
Yeah. Ah, thank you.
Yep.
I have more ping than Raven.
Yep.
Is this happening in the pub?
I assume so.
Okay. She'll come up to greet you, have a beer in hand, and then when she realizes what you're doing, like, back up, put the beer down, and then come over to grab the rest.
Okay. Actually, that is something we forgot to pick up, which was some healing potions. I'm down to 1. Okay.
Nobody sells them,
Did it
but they
trade?
can. Yeah, it looks like it left your inventory.
Okay. Did you get it, Veracasa?
Let's see.
I don't think I have I clicked accept, but let me look at inventory here.
It doesn't look like it showed up.
Ah, I figured out how to do it. There we go. That's how we do it.
Oh.
Meanwhile, while
Okay, see if
they're
that
doing
works.
that, Dominic, you wait there the whole day. No one shows up.
Whenever it gets close to curfew, then I'll go back to the inn.
Okay. As the sun starts to wane, you head back towards the inn. On the way, you do pass a couple of guards from the Night Raptors that say, "Hurry on home, citizen. It's getting dark."
Yeah, he'll nonchalantly wave them off.
You hear them kind of talking to each other as they walk by. Did you see that fucker not wave me off? Who does he think he is? Well, he's carrying a sword. He probably can take care of himself. That's not the point. That's not the point, Todd.
It's just sitting here spinning.
You have to check the box. The little person box.
I did check the box.
Okay. Hold on. Alright. If this doesn't work,
Right.
I'm gonna fucking do it myself.
I don't think it's working.
Okay. Then I will fucking do it
I
myself.
don't think it's working either.
Okay.
I would like 2 to Gavi and 2 to Gawain. Gawain, excuse me.
Gawain.
Gawain already has 2 on him. How do I...
Yes, but more is better.
True. Will it show me there's a trade request?
More is
No, I fixed it. I'm
Okay.
no, the
Okay.
DM's doing it.
some of the subsystems are just fucking broken. So, you head back to the inn at near curfew, Dominic. The others have been there for a few hours, but we're getting on in time here. Let me go ahead and switch us back to our lovely boarding house and shut the lights to where I want them, which is right about here. Let me go ahead and activate. Okay, you all gather again. Go ahead and do this. So much stuff to do. Okay. It is getting close to evening. The scene is yours again.
Gawain, do you feel well enough to go check on Raven?
Who's Raven?
I get the gist. Would Gawain have his lay on
Sorry,
hands back
James.
by now?
I'll
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Just teasing you. Technically no, but I will, for the sake of moving the narrative along, allow you to do the lay on hands, because he's not missing any hit points, so he doesn't gain any benefit other than no longer feeling horribly under the weather.
Yeah. Okay, so Gawain walks in and says, James, how are you feeling?
I mean, could be a lot better.
I may have forgotten I can do this, because healing the sick isn't exactly my goddess's realm, but he lays on hands and James's fever is cured.
James, you feel immediately better.
Apologies, it's not something I remembered I could do.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Driving home that Gawain is kind of a himbo. We do have quite the story to tell you, so you should come join us at dinner.
I am hungry
I can imagine.
for something solid. So,
Something that isn't soup.
exactly.
Gawain returns to the room with a recovered James.
Okay. Well, James, you arrive in the room. The smell of dinner is already cooking. Well, it's wafting out of the kitchen. Dinner's cooking, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. Feel free to begin your little chat.
Wait a minute. Gawain has... Let me check something. Gawain has a +1 int modifier. It's actually mildly hilarious he was that stupid about that.
What are you talking about?
Oh, forgetting he could lay on hands because I forgot he could do that.
Oh, yes. Well, that's, you know, even the smartest of people forgets things.
So, Gawain informs James of everything that happened, spinning an elaborate yarn of them cutting down cultists left and right, and leaving out the bits about the flaming corpses.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a performance check there, Gawain.
Oh no.
You have a +3.
That's true, I do. Holy shit.
Don't freaking oh no. You rolled a 6. You do
Close.
your best to sound entertaining. You think you're telling a great story. On the other hand, James, you're like, could this be more boring?
It's like he's giving a military report.
Right, yeah, it's just okay.
Uh-huh.
An incessant description of stonework.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the whole story, James is like, okay, yeah, continue. Next part, please.
Steals Beckett.
Piper, can I have those rubbings for a few moments?
Sure, yes. She passes them back to you.
Go over to James and say, one of the things Wayne left out was, we made these. We can't read them, but you might be able to.
I can give it a shot.
Okay.
Which ones were it again?
They were relief vaults of Sorath 1 and 2.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Relief 1. Looks like I can read it. On the wall there is a relief carving of a scene, two cities. No. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Yes, I can
Yeah,
read
you
it.
just-
I just have to click it.
Yeah, you just gotta click on
There
it.
we go. Yes, sorry. I am very confused sometimes. James follows with his finger the letters, so people know where he's reading. The top row, the Sorvak for that war. The middle row, 247 after Justia. And the bottom row, may the fallen on both sides be remembered, as they are now brothers and their differences lay dead behind them.
And the other one?
Relief number 2, yeah, I had to click. End of war. 267 after Justia. Together lost Bastion and new beginnings rebuild. That's it.
So it is the year it is currently the year 1047. So 780 years ago.
That was a damn long time ago.
Maybe interesting to notice, but the words last bastion and the words new beginnings are both capitalized.
Does that ring any bells for us?
They're the old ways of saying in the very old language that is used for the legalese, the royal family's tongue, which is very poetic, for the cities of Fordeth and Sorath. Sorath means new beginnings. Fordeth means last bastion.
Got it.
So it's just the names of the cities, but in the old tongue.
Got it. Also, when Rianne said that's damn old, I'm gonna say older than you, for once.
Yeah, some things are older than me, yes.
No way.
Thank you so much, cousin. Thank you so much, cousin.
She grins behind breakfast. So where we're at? We're at dinner. We're still at dinner.
Yeah, we're at
Yeah.
dinner.
We're at
Yeah.
dinner.
That's right.
So the cult was sitting defiling the honored dead from a war from 7th century ago.
Gawain is going to roll religion
So
in
do you
case
wanna go
there's.
back down?
Gawain is going to roll religion in case there's specific significance to those dead, and to see if he can puzzle that out from the cult and everything. I guess.
Sure. And what did you say, Rianne? You said something about going back down.
No. Did we want to go back down and find the master and perhaps chase more of the cult? We've heard them, but we haven't destroyed them.
Even if they've scattered to the winds, they've likely left some clue.
From a religious standpoint, Gawain, the war doesn't have any significance. It's one of the many civil wars that happened before Krunth's formation. It's actually the first one that began Krunth's formation.
Okay, so Gawain relays this and hypothesizes that they likely had their hideout there, or at least had amassed there because of the statue of the god, and not because of the specific dead.
Yeah, that makes more sense to you from a religious standpoint.
Suddenly remembering Gawain's a
Even
priest.
though it is older than Rianne, can she roll history on it?
Sure, yeah. Early human history isn't really that interesting from a dark elf standpoint. Most of your ancestors were traveling the under roads at that time, or beginning their settlements in their cities under the crust of the earth at that time period. So there's not really like a historical record from the Dark Elvish standpoint of these things. You also weren't around to witness it or be, alive during those times. Your parents were, but, you can't ask your mom right now. She's not here, and your father has since perished.
No.
So, they might know more about it. But they're not around at the moment.
Well, no, they're not around. So, all right. So, I think we're going to go back down and fight some. Let's see if we can end the cult, or at least find out what the name of all the ancestors they're doing. Does that seem reasonable?
Seems reasonable once we're refreshed, at least.
I think it's actually about time we got some more information about what the hell we're doing.
That's also fair.
Maybe it hasn't sunken in to anyone else yet, but we just killed 30-something odd people.
No. I know that we just destroyed a bunch of human cultists. Yes, I'm painfully aware of this fact.
And yet you still want more. You still want to find this person who you've been searching for. And that's fine. But if we're going to go any further, I think we need to know some more about who this person is.
Calvin?
Calvin.
Or, well, I don't know if it's Calvin or not. And as for who it is, he's family, or was, if there's anything left of him. And currently he's possessed by a demon and needs killed.
How did he get possessed by a demon?
That is a question a lot of very high-ranking people would like to know the answer to.
Why is he here?
Also a question we need to know the answer to.
Why do you care?
His family.
Because he's family.
And a good man. And she'll stare at him. Was.
Well, that
He
other
was.
man was your family, and it didn't work out too well for him either.
That was his brother.
No. And Calvin killed Erethol, or what currently has Calvin's face killed Erethol.
Which is why he needs to be stopped.
He is a danger to this city and to Cruelty. It is our duty, and she looks to Rianne, or to Vera, to defend Cruelty at all costs.
And to punish what's warped who our cousin was.
And so until you find out more information about what or if your cousin is still here, the solution is to go and just kill groups of people, all right, cultists, in mass.
I don't think you understand how serious cultists are. This isn't something that Cruenth has seen in years. Decades, probably centuries, I don't know. Rianne, that's your area. It is a big deal. It is a massive problem.
Yes.
I understand
And-
it to be a problem. What I fail to understand is how come it continues to be our problem.
It's my problem by default. I was raised to slay the evil and protect the weak.
It's my problem because this is how I was raised, and he is family.
Minus indoctrination, there's still the broader subject here of this city has a garrison. It has guards. It was surviving
do you
for
see them
thousands of
doing
years
their-
before we came here. So,
Have you seen what is on the southern border?
yes. Well, not myself.
No, have you? But you know what is on the southern border.
Yes.
And in all fairness, when I had arrived, it seemed a guard had betrayed the others and tried to kill you all.
stopping Calvin and finding out what they plan here helps to stop the advance at the southern border.
What is here that is worth saving?
People. The city
People.
can be rebuilt. People. Cities can be rebuilt. Things can be refound. People only exist once.
If a house's foundation is rotted and infested with termites, sometimes it needs to be torn down.
Are you talking about the city or the country?
I'm talking about all of this. This place.
You have your own mission you wish to accomplish. Yes?
I suppose I, like anyone else, have my own goals. Yes.
Which does align with the greater good because we think that they may be capitalizing on the events of the southern border by restricting health potions. Yes? Why your family was destroyed, because you'd come up with a better way to do it?
Oh, that's just it. Even if we had come up with a better way to do it, a cheaper way to do it, rather than being allowed to help others, was crushed. All because someone could control the means of production and maintain wealth. And not only that, but now here, the whole city infested with cultists, the limited town guards seemingly not marshaling, deserters. I just feel there are too many fronts for our focus to be divided amongst.
I believe, and I may be wrong, ancestors know I have been before and I will be again, but stopping the cultists and hopefully Calvin will free up part of the city and we can turn to other things. But if you would prefer, and we leave them loose, we can go after those that destroyed your family for not personal reasons, but bearing in mind we leave a great many people at risk if we do so.
No, I don't have a solution, and I don't have the years of experience to fall back on. All I know is that they all deserve to pay, and I don't know how.
That is fair enough.
Sorry.
No, go right ahead, Gawain.
Gawain crosses his arms and says, "My concern is whatever happens to this city if the cultists get their way could end up with some kind of second army of demon-possessed humans and demons moving southward to meet up and with the army down there advancing."
And then north.
Yeah.
And
once
then
they've
north.
destroyed
And
everything else.
So
Sorath would become a base of operations,
a pincher attack
feeding off the
is
death and misery here.
a pincher attack is elementary tactics, and the dark
It is.
arts are the dark arts.
There is no good answer here.
No, there is not. There will be loss whichever path we take. And that is the nature of life. Sometimes you
Sorry,
do the
first.
best you can. That's all right. Sometimes you do the best you can, and it still will not be enough.
I live to
But you
slay
do your
evil.
best.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Epic speeches.
okay.
Go.
That is. we
Sorry,
needed
you
the
first.
laugh. We needed the laugh, Gavin. No, but that's all we can do. Is we can make our choices and take our actions. There will be death no matter what choice we take. I'm just trying for the greatest good.
I live to slay evil, and I'll die slaying evil. As long as I follow that path, I'll die happy.
While that might work for your indoctrination, I prefer to live with slightly loftier goals. That
And those are?
I guess I'll have to figure that out.
What are your loftier goals?
Survival, safety.
Those are good goals. I commend you for them. I want to live. I want to find someone and settle down and have children of my own, but I can't. I have an entire barony depending on me, and beyond that, a country. I have to take care of them first before I can see to my needs. It's all my family's ever done.
Well, perhaps I'm not the only one who needs to reevaluate their priorities.
If we don't stop the southern, what's coming from the south, there will be no priorities.
If we don't find something to fight for, it won't matter either way.
I fight for Cruelty.
You fight for the ideal of Cruelty.
Yes, and her people. Piper, the barkeep, the juggler,
The juggler drops a sword.
the thief. The thief. Cruis is its people.
And yet the reality that I see is cultists, bandits, kidnappers, and death.
Yeah. The world's not a pretty place. I never said it was.
And yet you
These are
still fight
fine
for the
moments.
ideas of settling down, family, peaceful surroundings.
Yes.
Gawain thanks Riva for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And in all these hundreds of years that you've lived and walked the land, if you haven't accomplished this, what hope is there for any of us? I don't have that time. Gawain definitely doesn't have that time with the life he's leading.
For every evil I slay, that's an evil that can't slay another.
Mm.
Mayhem puts a paw on Vera's leg and looks up at her soulfully as dinner has arrived at your table.
I was gonna make a really cute moment and say, I mean, if anything, I fight for Mayhem, but because of that, I'll feed him some food.
Okay.
What do you want, Dominic?
I want the world to make sense.
And what sense do you want it to make? The sun rises, it sets. Rain falls, grass grows. The world makes sense.
And what doesn't? We have the power to put a stop to.
Cultists.
Good people getting hurt. Possessed, murdered. To me, it all goes back to whatever evil is in this world, and I have to believe that there's a way to overcome it. And so I'm gonna continue fighting. And it sounds like you have something to fight for. I hope you continue to be a part of it.
Maybe after a night's rest, I'll regain some of your contagious optimism.
Realism. But you do deserve
I have
some rest.
never been called an optimist, but thank you.
Timothy is going to stand up from the table and then go take his leave to turn in for the night.
As soon as he leaves, I'm gonna be the one that says it. I'm worried about that boy.
Yeah, like he expressed genuine concern for Gawain. I'm worried.
I need wine.
So a lot have happened in the
I
last
am.
couple of hours.
Yes. And I am way too sober for a philosophical conversation. Riva, can I have a strong bottle of red, please?
What kind would you like? We have Malta and Vortalcino.
Bolstercino.
Okay. She will go back and she'll get you a bottle of Vortalcino wine.
What kind of hard liquor would they drink at a Roisin monastery? I can't imagine a goddess of war and art demands sobriety.
They probably have the good stuff.
You know, she at that question she will get you some interestingly spiced tea with a liquor base.
Nice.
And she as she sets the copper mug down, she'll wink and say, "It's my own recipe," and then walks away. I've never actually made liquor for Krunth, so
It
It's
smells
mostly
incredible.
wines and beers. Wine and beer. Okay, that's the rent reference for the year.
I am so proud of you.
What's the reference? I wish I got it.
Wine and beer. It's from the La Boheme
Oh,
scene.
La Vie Boheme.
La Vivo
But
Alone.
but
Yeah.
but close.
I got
yes,
close.
it's from the song.
Yeah. So I never made liquors for Cruelty. I hadn't gotten around to it. It's only been 15 years of world building. So
yeah. God, I remember when Cruelty was still an RP board. It
Yeah.
was fun.
So you guys get served some nice alcohol, and yeah, you guys can continue talking into the night.
For the record, I am personally too sober to have a philosophical conversation.
Mm.
And I would like a little warning before I get that dropped on me.
Gawain is fairly certain he's not allowed to, preach his religion, given that he's in Cruelty, so he's just going to quietly drink.
Yep, you know that's against the law.
Yep.
Can we talk about the Skaldi problem, please?
Saying that in character or out of character? I
Right,
just wanna-
Oh, that is in character.
Okay, continue.
The missing one?
Yeah. Rihanna, I know that this is so counter to everything we're trying to do right now. And we have like the fate of the world in our hands, like we just said. But I can't help but feel so struggled by the fact that we lost the Skaldi, and I feel so responsible, and I don't know what to do about it because he went north, and there's so much happening here. And the guard and the military is already too busy, and I don't see a lot of adventurers coming and going, and I don't know how to be in two places at once. But I feel if there's anything that you think that like we could do.
Is there any kind of mercenary network in Cruelty?
Not really. Mercenary work
Okay.
is discouraged
Okay.
because many, even the smallest villages have a garrison. It might just be a platoon of guys. It might just be like 3 squads of guys, but they've got a garrison, and that garrison's responsible for the safety of the town and its people, and they will go out and they will actively hunt monsters and do that kind of stuff, do that kind of and usually adventure type work that you would find in D&D settings. They go out and actually proactively do that sort of thing. So the fact that this garrison isn't doing that means they're either swamped or whoever's at the top who's in charge of them is incompetent.
Which I think we've seen a little bit of both.
What?
Also
Yeah.
understaffed from
It is.
Italian Crusade in the south.
Yep.
Yeah.
Corrupt as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
No.
Who do we trust out of the
You're
military
not
so far?
here, Timothy. Kara.
Yeah.
Kara, who already knows about it. Here's my thought. Is there any way, Rian, you're very good at this, so I'm looking at you. Is there any way we can try to convince Set Track Training or the garrison that it is their problem, and like it would be bad form if they just let a poor Skaldi who has tried to show his work when we've just brought them into the military, right? Like, can we spin it? Or is this a we'll offer
We
tons
couldn't
of money kind
spin
of
it
thing?
to find their own. Possibly offer tons of money type of thing. We could not spin it to go looking for their own people, let alone a Skaldi.
I think that's because they're afraid of the graveyard, though.
You could potentially spin it into a matter
They're
of
afraid of a
personal
lot more than
You could potentially spin it into a matter of personal disgrace for the head of the garrison if anything happens to him. I haven't spoken to the man, but seeing him speak to you, his swagger gave me the impression.
and
that
I
he
needed
cared
a
about
bath
that.
afterwards. He would, but I don't have enough authority to impress that upon him, unfortunately.
Fair.
Our options are where the Skaldi are limited. He's either fallen afoul of the gangs in this city, he's fallen afoul of the cult, in which case I fear deeply for him, or and I say this simply because it is a possibility he has become distracted and gone off to do something else. I doubt that, being the Skaldi I know, but it is a possibility.
Well, he had a job. It wasn't like he went missing just because he
Yes.
wasn't prepared for whatever this is. And
No, he was not. And that's why I said the gangs. But we have cultists actively running around the streets. We have gangs appearing and disappearing.
don't misunderstand me,
We
cousin. I
have-
know where our priorities are. Sometimes
No, I understand. I
we
understand.
can help one.
It's not that
I'll put a
the
bounty up.
priorities are good. That would help. I want to find him as much as you do, but where would we look?
All we know is north.
The information we have about north and a violin.
It's not much.
Let me see here.
No, and the contacts I had in the underworld have vanished.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You have a
Yeah.
dog who has the alert hunter feature, and you have a proficiency in survival, Vera, so you could feasibly track the Skaldi if you wanted to.
I think the problem is that Vera knows where she's best served right now, and is like, it is bad form to go off by herself right now. And I don't think one Skaldi is gonna be worth.
Bless you.
I mean, as much as
Good
she
night.
feels it is, it's tricky to convince the whole party that suddenly matters. Like, I could, but I don't think I should.
Just wanted to raise that it is a possibility.
Gawain will follow the party's lead as long as he gets to smash evil.
I think prejudice
James,
is
what's
evil.
your input?
My input is that we all need some sleep.
That I concur with.
Agreed. It has been a long day.
And maybe tomorrow will bring us good news. You know, the world is weird like that.
Now that is considered optimism.
Most assuredly. What
And
we
if
all
you're
can
ask-
do with rest.
Yeah. And if you're asking me where my priorities are, is protecting myself and those who I think are my allies, I think are friends.
How long does this curfew last?
Like, you mean like how many days does it last?
No, how many hours? Like, if Vera were to get up as early as humanly possible,
Okay. The notice of the curfew lasts until. Let's see. After dark, so once it's no longer dark.
Okay, dawn's late.
Mhm.
Got it.
True dawn or false dawn, Game Master?
Oh, yeah, that's left to be interpreted. You can try false dawn and see if you get in trouble. There is something to be
Yes,
said a little bit,
Fair
though,
enough.
because both the east and the west of the country are flanked by very large mountain ranges. And so your, like, horizon-breaking dawn is a little later in the day. It's not much later, it's like 30 minutes or so later, but it's later.
We could always play Drow Confusion. We can see the light a little bit differently than humans, and so to us that was daylight.
Right. So
I am actually not opposing this
True
plan.
enough. True
that's,
enough.
that's a smart idea. I'm just saying.
All
This is
right.
a smart idea. There's 3 people in the party that see the light differently.
It used to be 4.
Fair.
Yeah. I think bed sounds good. Long rest. And then
Yes, indeed.
I might go on a
Long
tracking quest.
I need to go handle a biological need. I shall return in a moment.
I think we're
Mhm.
settling in for a long rest, so let's take a 5-minute break and we can return.
Fair enough, because I have to pee.
Fantastic.
There we go.
Oh shit! I forgot to hit the long rest button.
Yeah,
Oh, me too.
you guys can all hit a long rest.
Yay.
And I've already reset Mayhem.
Good.
As for your Skaldi, cousin, we can try casting about and see if we can find out which direction he went. You're more skilled in that than I am. Then perhaps we go deeper into the catacombs and see if we can stop the cult and find out who the master is. But for a point of order, Calvin never was, nor has he ever been, a good man. You remember what he did to his sister?
Mm,
Uh-huh. No. Calvin has never been good.
Remind the audience what
Complicated.
Calvin did to his sister.
Ugh.
Plumbing the depths of your memory.
Yeah, something to do with the magecraft. But
He pranked her.
God, that was over a year ago,
Yeah, he pranked her.
among other things.
Hmm.
He was not a good child.
where did all of this come up? Why don't I remember it?
It was in
It was in the Darthak Rising. So it was in a game you weren't in.
Okay. well, okay.
That explains it.
Yeah, that explains why I don't understand it. But I mean, to me, he was a military person that fought for his country and happened to be deployed to the front lines where things shifted. So I would appreciate an alternate perspective.
He was a spoiled brat and far too sure of himself for being his father's heir, and thought that the common folk were beneath his shoes. He was not a good person. He was my nephew, but I did not like him. I'm glad you have more pleasant memories of him.
Well, we would have grown up together. So
Yes, but you were bigger than he was.
I guess he didn't
What's
show
wrong,
that part of
Mayhem?
himself to me.
Do you need to go out, Mayhem? Mayhem needs to go out. Come on, Mayhem. He's our good boy.
Wayne is doing his morning exercises.
Are you
Why
stuck
are
on the
you
door?
not moving?
You're stuck on the door. There you go.
Stupid door.
Mayhem is pawing at these doors.
Oh hey, my last
Oh, wrong doors.
strength training thing doesn't show up on my physical training. We can just start that over if we need to, because I don't remember what I rolled.
Yeah, let me just switch you over.
Why is the doors not opening?
Because they're locked. The door is locked.
Out
Can
the
I-
window we go.
Can I unlock the door?
No, it's not that kind of lock. Unfortunately, it's a key. It needs a key.
Come on, Mayhem, let's go to the stable. Stupid couch.
This man is asleep in his chair.
Well, people slept in the common rooms of inns all the time back in the day, so.
I'll go and I'll sit next to him.
Just hit him with the
I'm
fucking
sure he
most
can.
sickly sweet sounding "Good morning, sleepyhead" when he wakes up.
I can't get you any further than that, Mayhem. I'm sorry. The doors are locked, sweetie. You're
These,
gonna have to use the corner. We'll cover it
these doors can unlock.
with hay.
You could unlock these if you wanted to. It's just a wooden bar that sits over them. So if you want to unlock them,
Okay.
I will unlock them for you.
Yes, because
So,
he's being a good boy and does not want to go inside.
oh shit, I never prepared my second level spells. I should do that.
How bright is the sky?
It is pretty early in the. Well, it's not pretty early. It's almost 7. It's not very bright right now. Probably. Let me go ahead and just give you a more accurate representation of the current darkness level. There you go.
I don't have second level spells available on my sheet yet.
Right, because I didn't put the paladin spells in there because I forgot to.
Yeah, shit happens.
Yep, so if you just send me a list of what your paladin spells are, I can do that for you.
Yep. Let me open up 5e tools. And then I will send that to you after the session.
Vera's gonna do the horse stuff today
Okay.
since Ryan took Mayhem out. So I'm gonna head towards the stables.
Okay. Let's see, you gave yourself false life, 6 temporary hit points. Very nice.
Come on. Is it locked?
No, it's open.
No, it's open. Doors.
I
are
cannot
made.
get through it.
That's because it's because the corner is tight. That's all.
All right.
The horses are happy to see you.
Great.
It's just a very gentle and slow go, and he is looking around very shamefully, like he's been holding it for a while. It's just the longest pee he's ever had, and he doesn't know if it's ever going to stop.
I've
At
seen
least
that
he's
with
hydrated.
dogs. So. We were very bad people and did not go out with him before we left. I'm intentionally not looking at him.
He keeps trying to meet your gaze.
Come on, Mayhem. Let's go see if he can steal yourself some bread.
You say Brad, and he goes inside immediately.
Nope. Did I get them closed?
They are closed, yes.
Okay.
That is the closed
I
icon.
checked Dusty. Okay.
Dusty seems quite happy and healthy and hale.
It's yes, because Dusty's been stuck inside, not getting chewed on by things.
Mm-hmm. The classic dilemma of mounts in tabletops is that they die.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
There's a reason she always
maybe
names her horses Dusty.
maybe we should take them for a ride northish.
You think the horses need some exercise?
I think perhaps they would appreciate some exercise, and maybe I can scout northish towards the forest.
I would like to point out that we have 5 people and 4 horses.
And I kind of need Mayhem. I don't think Mayhem will let me take him on a horse.
Gawain just casually returns the good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Ignorant to what's happening in the stables.
So you want to go north to see if we can track the Skaldi?
When are we planning to go into?
Then come the Undercity? I have no clue. I don't know if we're going to have an argument with Dominic or not this morning. I am still far too sober for philosophical discussions, and not before I've eaten. Speaking of which, food would be good. Oh look, Mayhem stole something.
You. Oh. There you go. Mayhem appears sheepishly before Sonya. He has a whole fish in his mouth and half a steak, and he just kind of like runs with his tail between his legs to the corner here, and she just stomps past him. And then he skirts back. He looks up at you. He shows you his fish and his raw steak, and then hides under this table.
Under the table.
Yeah.
Mayhem, sweetie. Yeah. Just, well, yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just raw. I don't know if he wants to. If he should have that much
He's a
salt.
dog.
I don't know if he should have that much salt. She says, because the fish is salted.
I have not had any amount of tea this morning. I am not crawling under a table and find out if he needs to give up the fish.
Criminal that Pruitt doesn't have coffee, it just has tea.
Coffee doesn't come from this climate.
You have magic.
No, but tea does.
I'm kidding.
Where were their baths?
They were in this section here.
Just gonna hand wave it and say Gawain has already used them this morning after his morning workout.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over that way. or wherever they are.
You make a right.
Here.
They're this way. Yeah.
Okay. Get horse smell off of me.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Riva delivers morning tea and breakfast as soon as it is ready.
Bless you, Riva. Do I want to know why Timmy's giggling?
I have breakfast.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Cassius says to you, "Now, were you just sitting here to lurk at a man who was sleeping, or was this the most comfortable chair in the room and I haven't been informed?"
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Mm-hmm. Sure. He
I
gives you
figured it must have been comfortable because you had fallen asleep.
He gives you a hard stare.
I will very slowly eat in front of him.
He very slowly doesn't.
I think Dominic's back to his usual self.
Truth be told, I overheard you the other day telling stories and thought that you were a very well-traveled individual.
I am quite well traveled, thank you. Was there a question there?
More like a statement leading to a question.
All right then, what's your question?
Do you know anyone versed in demonology?
Do I know anyone versed in demonology? Well, the person that would be best to ask would probably be that fellow who's the runesmith. He is a mage, and mages tend to be at least moderately educated in those things that might hunt them.
Very good answer. Thanks.
Gawain, did they not feed you in the temple?
The specific exercises I do make me hungrier than most people, I suppose.
Fair enough. I'm just impressed.
He's incredibly active, large. No, he ordered two. He didn't eat James's. I blame Mayhem for that one.
Mayhem looks very sheepish under the table.
Gawain slides the third breakfast he ordered over to James.
Thank you.
No problem.
This group eats so many breakfasts. At least 8 breakfasts.
He's huge, and he has to maintain that.
It's important to start the day off correctly.
Can't get gains without fuel, man.
Vera returns to this. Mayhem is happy belly, big belly, and he's laying on Rianne's feet, and it's just tail thumping.
I know what that look means.
Mm-hmm.
Your dog, cousin, is round.
The body is round.
Yeah, he's gonna work it off. He'll be fine.
He's had steak, fish, and an entire breakfast.
Maybe you guys should watch your food a little closer.
See, in Mayhem's case, they
Oh, he
probably
didn't get
didn't
my
feed him
food.
before you guys found him.
She pats his belly.
He wiggles on the floor while you pet his belly.
While eating breakfast, James would want to start on another wood carving project.
Sure, yeah. You may go ahead and roll your wood carving check. Your DC is 10 to progress your skill level, but we will refer to the crafting guidebook for how well you do.
James is going to carve a spoon.
A spoon.
A spoon of some kind.
Okay. You rolled a 9. That does not advance your skill, unfortunately. And as a novice, it comes out as low quality. It is a slightly crooked spoon and does not have a lot of depth, and there is definitely a spot that looks like it's going to give you a splinter.
I got a spoon for you.
Gawain is going to draw a fork.
Okay. Dominic, James approaches you with this spoon and has said, "I've got a spoon for you."
That's nice.
Yeah, for your potions.
Oh, thanks. Dominic will hesitantly take the spoon.
I couldn't figure out how to roll it from painting dexterity check thing, so he rolled a 14 on fork drawing.
It's a pretty good fork. You got the tines.
Here.
There's a little bit of shading.
Here's a potion for you. I'm gonna give James my bottle of Landum.
Laudanum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I will transfer that over.
Wait. Growth has laudanum?
Yeah, man. You only had one bottle, so you don't have any now.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of a completely different drug. Okay.
Laudanum.
Yeah, it makes sense that Growth would have laudanum.
Hey, where's my crookedly carved spoon?
Oh, yes. I will make a crookedly carved spoon just for you.
I'm gonna use that spoon to kill somebody.
There you go. Crooked wooden spoon. Made it a fork in the icon, but that's your spoon. Okay. So, anyone have anything else?
No, other than It has been pointed out that perhaps we should look for the Skaldi because a possessed Skaldi is a terrifying Skaldi.
That's a good point.
And then perhaps a sojourn back into the graveyard.
Do you all want to get on the road?
By the way, what happened to Sigrid?
Oh, well, most of the tavern's not up yet. So she might have gone to bed here.
Ah, okay. Okay. I think Piper has more than enough to keep her busy for a little while. Although, did anyone get the burning brand from her?
Nope. She still
Nope.
has that. Vanishing blade.
I don't think there's really a good candidate in the party to use it because James and Dominic have their own special swords, and Gawain is spec'd for two-handed.
And the Banishing Blade's a little bit of a toothpick size for Vera. So she's carrying a long sword. I think she's muted right now.
And Rianne doesn't like swords.
Right, Rianne is an axe kind of gal.
Yep.
So, all right, if you guys want to mount up and head in the last direction the Skaldi was in, that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What is the Skaldi's name?
The party would tell you Sorvak.
Okay.
He was kind of a new adventurer.
It's fair to be worried then. I'd be dead if you all hadn't come across me.
Yes.
Okay.
He's probably
So-
somebody we should have watched closer. Yes.
You guys mount up, you get ready
Well-
to go, and was there anything else before I transition us to the next scene?
No, I don't think so.
No, other than I think Vera was going to give Gawain her let him ride Chamomile. I don't remember which horse goes to our other intrepid heroes, though.
That brings up, would Gawain know how to ride a horse?
It's up to you, man.
Yeah, probably.
You could ride with me.
Wording.
I don't want to inconvenience the party for the sake of the bit at this point.
All right. You guys can figure out horse logistics, but I'm going to go ahead and activate our scene and pause the game real quick. I know we only have about 19 minutes left, so I want to just provide you with what you see at the moment. This is. It looks like this is a battlefield. You see two dead bodies up here. These greater Corinthian salamanders have been laying here for a while. They're both very dead, it looks like. And you do see Sorvak all the way over here. He's also laying on the ground. It is early. It's not early morning. It's about 9 o'clock. It took you guys a couple hours to get here. You followed his tracks pretty easily. He did not hide them. He's a big red Saurian Skaldi. Not much scares him when it comes to like the normally occurring creatures in this part of Corinth. So this is where you guys are. This is where you start. You can start yourself in any square in the red area. So you see this red area. You can arrange yourselves however you wish within this red box. And I will let you do that now.
I was tracking, right? So I'm probably right there.
Okay. And let me move Mayhem to here.
No, I hope he's still alive.
Okay. So this is our starting positions. As you all arrive, you do hear a slight raucous snoring
Oh my god.
coming from over here. It's definitely coming from the Skaldi as the longer it goes on. And as that happens, you do hear a low grumbling sound of a creature approaching. It is another
Yay.
Corinthian salamander approaching from up here with a couple of wild salamanders as well.
Okay, considering Sorvak is asleep, we can see far enough and hear him snoring. Gawain is going to try and shout, Sorvak, wake up!
Okay. As you do that, you do gain the attention of these creatures. And this
It's
is where,
better than them
yeah,
rushing a sleeping guy.
yeah, and this is where we will start next session because a fight will take longer than 15 minutes. So,
Yes, it will.
I
Oh
want to
god, yes.
thank everybody for coming out, and I want to thank you all for playing. I hope you guys had fun. I hope everybody had fun.
I did have fun, though. Thank you for running the game, Mazaloth.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank
welcome.
you.
Yes. Yes. Except, warn me in advance if I need philosophy because I need to be slightly drunk for that.
I need to put you on your toes. That's what gives it the spice.
Um, and like I said,
If we ever meet in IRL, you are getting such a noogie.
The next time we meet will be in 2 weeks, and that'll be on the 16th. Okay. Any questions before we go?
What's
No,
the airspeed
I don't have any
of
currently.
an unladen swallow?
I don't know that. No. Okay.
Pineapple.
African
I
or
don't know.
European?
Dominic got it.
42.
Yeah.
42. All right. Well,
One.
I will end the game here then, and I hope everybody has a good night.
You have a good night too, man.
Okay. Have a great night, guys.